Good morning, guys. It is actually not morning, it is 10 to 1 because I've been pretty exhausted and in pain and stuff this morning. I have been exposed to a lot of sun. The pollen outside is, trees copulating is a big issue in the spring, and apparently this spring the pollen that is out is a little bit stronger and eyes itching, stuff like that. So it takes me a lot longer to get up in the morning. The second thing is that I kind of needed a day off. It's been a lot of good working this week. I have been running around a lot, I've been moving a lot, which is good for like blood flow. I'm really liking what is happening muscular in my body because I'm moving around. But it also means that my joints start aching, because they do when I start moving around. But we'll see. I'm going to continue this. I'm going to push myself to do this at least a couple of weeks, a couple of months. Throughout summer, moving a lot, seeing if my body can shape itself up, and I can feel a little bit better. I do have more energy than I usually have. So this morning I've just been taking it very, very slow. I've been listening to a little bit of podcasts. I've been watching some YouTube, kind of interchanging to keep me entertained. So I started the morning off with a couple of like shorter YouTubes, and then I went into basically this vlog account where I subscribe to most of the things that is more podcast likes or like floss tube, stuff like that. And Orietta and Dee was very nice and recommended a bunch of floss tubers for me, so I am going through the list of the ones they recommended and trying to kind of figure out what I want to look at. And while doing this, I am stitching away on the Margaret Sherry's Cute Fur Friends, the Stitches Diary 2017. I'm still on January, which is Gym Pals. So I can show you because I have gotten the hedgehog done. So here I am so far. Right now I just finished off the last gray stitch down here, which means the kind of little shadow puddle which grounds the character is done. And that also means that I can continue on with the kitty up here, because this dark color, it has a little paw here, and then it doesn't start until over here somewhere. So I'm going to start here and go upwards to continue with the little kitty. Yay! What I've done today is all of the backstitch. It was time for backstitch, and sorry, I have someone drilling in the walls. But yeah, I've done this. The jumping rope is done in a purple. I think it's actually the same purple that is... No, it isn't. This is another kind of purple. Shouldn't say things I didn't. But yeah, it's adorable little hedgehog. And while I was doing this, I had a whole bunch of ideas for new needle minders that I can stitch up. I want to make them... I want to look into and see how the stitch count is and such on the different sizes. I have 3 different sizes of needle minders, and I haven't been making any new needle minders for some time. I think it's almost a year since I did the last ones. I still have a few up in the shop, but I have some ideas of needle minders that I want to do, and I think now is the right moment to do them. But I have kind of put like, I'm not allowed to do that until I finished at least one of these boxes. So I'm trying to have some kind of order, and even though this is the hobby and the needle minders is more business side, I still want to mix it, and I don't want to overdo things. For me right now, What is important is coming back to my official work. Sorry for the sound again. My official work, my job as a developer, full-time. That is what I'm hoping to get in the future. But we'll see. We have to get rid of this migraine. That is kind of the big thing. We have to get this migraine to just disappear. Then I maybe can go back to full-time. That would be awesome. Would actually be super awesome. But yeah, I am going to sit down for a little while longer. I'm going to continue stitching on my cat. And tonight I have a visitor that is coming to have tuna. I'm gonna have tuna steak today. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. I ate a lot of tuna in Italy and I kind of got hooked on it. It's a fish that is more like a meat, and I need to eat more fish in my diet, so this is a awesome way to do that. And hopefully Christopher will like it too, and we can eat tuna all the day. Yeah. So good morning, guys. I hope you have an awesome day. I had an awesome day today. I have a friend come over. I had tuna steak. I got a gift from her, which was this cute little fairy, which you basically, you have this little fairy, and it had a little battery which made the wings flutter. So it's a children's toy. We have a tendency to give children's toys to each other, so it's a fun thing. So it's a little fairy with the fluttering wings, and then you have like little threads that you get with it. I actually almost threw those out because I didn't know that they were there. And you put one of the parts in one place and one of the parts in another. And then you have this long, you have a long line. So you have one on the fairy and one on a little buckle, which you can put in your hair. And then you have a little wand with a bell in. And the wand you put on the thread, and then you move the move it all around, so it's attached to one place, and then you have the wand that moves the little fairy, and then it can fly. An awesome children's toy. However, it got really, the thread is so thin, it's almost like a hair, so you can't really see it, and it got all stuck in my little fairy when Gizmo played with it, so I have to put on another one. But it was a cute thing. And because I forgot some jelly beans, or a bunch of jelly beans. And then we've just been chatting and having a lot of fun. I've been stitching a little bit, but not that much. I kind of walked into a little mini wall around 9. Remember that I've forgotten my painkillers. That usually happens. And when she left like half an hour later, and I've been sitting editing video, and apparently I have a 40-minute video on May the 3rd. Apparently, because I'm not good at kind of cutting things down. I was still very lot chatty on May the 3rd. So you get a 40-minute vlog from me. That's how it is. But getting through the vlogs bit by bit. Basically one of the few things I've been doing today is doing that. Yeah, while my friend was here, I also sorted my next bout of wool. So I actually started doing a little bit of spinning. This this fleece lends itself to spin very, very thin. So I don't think I'm going to do with the other yarn. I kind of did a couple of pre-drafts and then I spun, and I think I'm going to keep my pre-drafts very to the not having that many, and just try to make pieces very, very thin instead before I spin them, and see if that will go faster, and also if it will give me a more continuously same width of thread. We'll see. I have to learn, because the pre-drafting it's great, but it takes an extra time, and I know that people who are really talented spinners don't need to do that. So I want to try different ways to get very, very thin threads, so I can get very, very thin yarns, and maybe I can get a pair of socks out of them. But yeah, I want to go to fingering. I'm not after lace weight yarn. I'm after fingering yarn. So yeah, that's been. I can show you the progress, because I showed you this morning. This morning I finished the hedgehog, and while kind of I'm listening to my clips to making sure that I'm saying the correct things, but at the same time I have been stitching, because you can do both at the same time. So I need to fill this in with this thread, which is a 738. I'm gonna fill it in all over his tummy, and a couple of spots on his tail and stuff like that. And then I only have kind of the bar and two of these weights and a little piece of bar, and then this kitty is done. So this was actually a very, very quick knit or stitch, and I really liked it. So yeah. But the clock is almost striking 12 and I need to go to bed, so good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite.